It looks like a legit spaceship. The back window, solar all the way up.
That's a fast car.
Up to 745 miles.
That's crazy.
This is the Las Vegas Boulevard in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is 2 a.m. in the morning, and these lanes of traffic are completely shut down for the next 30 minutes just for me. Honestly, like we've got police, we've got ambulances over here, we have safety people, and I'm here to ride in the Mercedes-Benz EQXX, which is a concept car from Mercedes-Benz that can go up to 745 miles in one charge. Seriously, they've done it multiple times on regular road conditions. I'm gonna take a ride in this car around down the boulevard, back on the boulevard, and check out this car, see what it looks like on the inside, and check out some of the specs and what makes this thing unique. So I'm actually really excited. I've seen a lot of pictures and videos about this. One really interesting thing about this is that the back window is actually solar all the way up. So there's no way to look out of the windows in the back because there's no windows here. This is all to charge that 12-volt battery. There's a thing with driving electric cars that you may have heard. It's called a hypermile. And I've seen people do it with different electric cars. And it's where you pick a road where you can drive incredibly efficient. Like it's pretty flat, there's good temperature, so you don't have to use the AC, you don't have to use the heater, and you can drive for hours and hours at maybe 10, 15, 20 miles an hour. And from that, you can take a car that has 300 miles range and possibly get to 1,000 miles on one battery. And my guess, I don't know what Mercedes-Benz would say about this, I bet you could get to like 2,000 miles. Honestly, I bet 2,000 miles is realistic for a hypermile with a car like this. The other little gimmick that you can do to get more range is do what the Hummer did, the GMC Hummer. Instead of having a 100 kilowatt battery, it has a 200 kilowatt battery. So essentially what I have in my car, they have 2 of those battery packs. But when you charge it, it costs twice as much to charge the vehicle. But how nice when you can use a lot of tactics with the weight, with the aerodynamics, with the drivetrain efficiency, with putting solar on the roof, with changing the interior, with changing the way that the car is built with more carbon fiber. You can make the car more efficient without having to get more and more batteries and also cost more money to charge your car, recharge your car. All right, it is finally time. It's about 1:30 in the morning. The most efficient Mercedes-Benz ever made. Most efficient electric Mercedes-Benz ever been. Woo, it's so late, I don't even know what I'm saying here. This is gonna be great. Okay, let's go.
You're buckled up?
I'm buckled up. All right, here we go. First ride at 2 something in the morning, and we have a Mercedes EQE in front of us. I thought it was an EQS. It's the EQE in front of us. That is our guide car. We have what looks like an EQS behind us. Woo! Look at that, that's a fast car. It is still fast, even though it's made to be the most efficient. It is really comfortable to ride in, is what you would expect with the Mercedes-Benz. This is a luxury brand, and being luxurious and being comfortable inside is still an important thing for the designers to do. Otherwise, it doesn't really represent the Mercedes-Benz brand. This is an infinity loop on here. There is no buttons on this entire touchscreen, and it's kind of beautiful, and it shows you everything that's going on, even the wind and the energy from the wind. But some of the coolest cars that I've ever ridden in, honestly, are Mercedes-Benz cars. One time I went to Tokyo and I rode in the EQS concept. I don't even know, EQS Vision, maybe that's what it was called. Best looking car I've ever seen, and this has a lot of those same elements. With the metal, shiny look on the outside, it's incredibly sleek, futuristic. No knock on the car that's out, the EQE in front of us and the EQS behind us. They're both beautiful cars. But I think I'd like to have that metal look, that shiny look someday. It is beautiful. This is a concept car. This is not a car that you should expect to see on the road that you can buy. This is something that Mercedes-Benz did as kind of a project to see if we wanted to make the most efficient car possible, what would we do? So they make this EQXX, and the nice thing about it is that there's a lot of learnings that they had in here that they can apply to all of the electric cars moving forward so that those cars can be more efficient, get more miles. A few things that make this car unique. One, the drag coefficient. It is 0.17. I thought there was a sunroof because it's glass on the top. It's not a sunroof, it has solar on top of it. There's the batteries down below that are the giant ones, which are the super high voltage battery packs. But then you also have a 12 volt, the lights inside of here on the side, the dashboard, all of these other little things, maybe the blinkers on the front, on the back, the headlights. That's what the 12 volt will help you with. And so by having the solar during the daytime, it will recharge that 12 volt battery. And it also allows Mercedes to have less components in the vehicle than what you typically have because the sun is running the 12 volt. volt stuff. So yes, that does equate to more miles for your range, just the little things that they're doing in order for this car to reach that unbelievable 745 miles. There's the Bellagio. We are driving by the fountain. So many movies have been filmed right there. We're just driving down the strip with an escort of Mercedes-Benz electric cars. There's a few things that really can help or hurt how efficient your electric car is. One of them is aerodynamics, which you can see this thing with the back, it has the long tail, very aerodynamic. But two is weight, and that's something that a lot of companies have been trying to find ways to cut weight out of things. So the tail on the back is a molded piece. Up here on the roof, they have parts that are carbon fiber. The carbon fiber is a lot lighter, but in the important places where you have to have things that are safe, you still have the steel welded parts so that it can be safe if you were in an accident. That even goes to the interior. There's things you can do in the interior to cut out things that are heavier so that you can reduce the weight overall. Unfortunately, for some companies, it's actually hurt them recently. I don't know if you've been following what's happening in America with the $7,500 tax credit, but the Tesla Model Y does not qualify for the $7,500 in the SUV class because it is not heavy enough. It's 248 pounds too light to be classified under that bill. Sometimes I guess it can hurt you depending on what the government does. So a couple things that you can expect from Mercedes-Benz that are always here that you can see in the back seat. You can see up here on this part, the light bars on the side. Right now it's blue. You can change what the display looks like. You can change the different colors. If you're driving not very efficient, you can change the lights so that they show and reflect a color that represents that, like maybe red. And then if you're driving really, really efficient, like you're driving down a mountain and you're efficient, you could possibly have it to be green. So anyway, it's just little things, but it's these little cues. But honestly, I don't know. You guys know our colors for the What's Inside channel is light blue and gray, and this car is light blue and gray. So I just have a thing for it. It's just like soothing and nice inside. All right, we are pulling up. The police are blocking it off. We have an ambulance here. I think we are safe, so we should be okay. But just in case we have the ambulance there, look at all the people waiting to watch this car come back. Okay, thank you for the ride. That was great. That was super fun. All right, seatbelt off. My ride is done. I gotta say, that was really worth staying up until 2 or 3 in the morning so that I could see the EQXX. All right, now I'm gonna figure out how to open the door. It's actually really cool. Here we go, there's the door handle. If I pull on that, does it? And I push, and boom. Whew. Okay, it is now 3 o'clock in the morning. I took longer than what I should have to film this video, but I was just really excited to see the vehicle. I'm gonna let some other people take a ride in the EQXX. Thank you, Mercedes, for closing down the strip and letting me check it out. That was really nice of you. Just so you know, I am heading over to the Bellagio. I'm going to hit my pillow very hard with my head and sleep for about a good 5 hours before I have to be back at CES. I gotta get out of here. I'm very tired. It's 3 now. Dang it, I said it earlier. Whatever, we'll run with that. Did you do any of the drives? Were you on any of the record drives?
Yes, I was the second driver of the first run, and also on the second run to Silverstone.
How long did it take you to do the drive that was 700 something miles?
It was split on 2 days, so the second run to Silverstone, just due to we are running out of time. So yeah, I was driving like 4 hours, and it was still fun all the time.
What were your speeds when you did that on that road?
So I was driving in Frost, and we are stick to the speed limits. So we wasn't like hypermiling.
Yeah.
And we just go with the real traffic, and it was all real world conditions. So we was also using 8 hours DAC because it was summertime.
Oh wow! Okay.
And of course there was some traffic jams due to accidents and construction sites. So yeah, this is like real
world driving. That's great. Woo. Boom.